Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for coming to the 100th anniversary parade of the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association and the 116th Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association parade. That are going to be on the dais today with me are going to be the Deputy County Executive, Ken Jenkins, from the town of Cortland, the Deputy Supervisor, Jim Creighton, and Robert Myers, Town Council, Dana Levenberg from the town of Ossining, Supervisor, from the town of Yorktown, Supervisor Matt Slater, and Tommy Diana. The Grand Marshals for today's event, we're going to have four. First is going to be William Geis Jr. He joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1948 and is the oldest living member of the Mohegan Fire Department. William assisted at many fires throughout the years, including the Chester Brook Restaurant Fire on Route 202 and the Peekskill Dude Ranch Fire. William also donated candy canes for the department's annual candy cane run that takes place in December for many years as the owner of Geis Auto Mall. Past President Fremont Reef joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1958 and served as the fire company president from 1978 to 1980. He's a past president and also served as treasurer, vice president, and a board of director member of the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association. He also served as president of the Mohegan Fire Department's Benevolent Association and led many committees throughout the years, including the Fund Drive Committee and the Sunshine Committee. Fremont also was heavily involved with the Ambulance Committee, the Rescue Squad, and the Ambulance Corps throughout the years. Howard Pfeiffer joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1958 and served as treasurer of the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association for many years. Howard is the past captain of the Mohegan Fire Department Rescue Squad and assisted in forming of the Rescue Squad and Ambulance Committee. He also assisted in the design of the Rescue Squad's first two ambulances, which were Schwab ambulances designed with the 1966 Cadillac Cape Ivory color, which is still part of the color scheme on the present Mohegan EMS ambulances. Howie also retired as a career firefighter of the Lake Mohegan Fire District after 25 years of service and is continuing his service as a volunteer firefighter with the Palm Coast Fire Department in Florida. Chief Jay Schwartz joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1965 and served as fire chief from 1982 to 1984. Chief Schwartz also served as a fire commissioner of the Lake Mohegan Fire District for 20 years and was Westchester County Department of Emergency Services County Car 7 for 15 years. As we await the arrival of the beginning of the parade, we'll take a brief break.
Being chief for the 100th anniversary is amazing. Being in charge of a department that has 100 years of history and the amount of change that the department has gone through, it's a very proud moment from not only myself but the entire department. Marching down the street on parade day on Saturday is going to be a great feeling. It's not often that we do host a parade. Seeing family, friends, and obviously other fire departments and people that I know is going to be a great feeling. I actually cannot wait.
County of Westchester Police Department of Public Safety. Immediately following the motorcycles is the New York State Police and Westchester County Police Joint Color Guard. The New York State Police Mounted Unit is immediately to the rear of the Color Guard. The motorcycle escort is led by Sergeant Paul Dillon of the Town of Yorktown Police Department. The New York State Mounted Police Unit. It's a living, right? And the members of Troop K, Town of Portland Barracks, and the Westchester County Portland Station. Town of Yorktown Police.
Yeah! Woo! What up, Craig?
And the Metropolitan Transportation Authority, or MTA Police, going your way.
All right.
And our Grand Marshals are arriving in vehicles provided by the Road Night and Westchester County Corvette Park Club Association.
Hey, Billy. Nice Bill. Great job, guys. Awesome. Charlie.
Deputy Chief Jay Schwartz approaches the reviewing stand, bringing in the escort division.
Hey, bud. How you doing? You're here?
Immediately behind, Deputy Schwartz is the board members of the Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association.
Hey, Jay.
President Robert British from the Austin Fire Department. President-elect Angela Outhouse of the Buchanan Fire Department. She is also the first female to be elected president of the Westchester County Firemen's Association. First Vice President, Don Farrell of the Austin Fire Department, who is also a director of the Firemen's Association of the state of New York. And the second Vice President-elect, Martin Gunther of the Hastings-on-Hudson Fire Department. Behind them is Cub Scout Pack 144 of Lincoln Titus Elementary School, who are sponsored by the members of the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association. Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association is being led by their musical unit, the professional musicians of Orange County. Firefighting officers of the Mohegan Fire Department are Chief Department Chris Davis, Ken Dutton, Second Assistant Chief Henry Burke, Captain Danny Kay, First Lieutenant Brandon Ennis, Second Lieutenant John Rocco, and Third Lieutenant Matthew Ness. Fourth Lieutenant is Brian Morgan. Rear Captain is Thomas E. Your friends and neighbors. Vehicles carrying the deputy chiefs and life members provided by the Road Knights and Westchester Corvette Car Club and the Peekskill Trolley. The Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association, ambulance corps providing emergency medical services, the residents of both Yorktown and Portland. The EMS chief is Ashley Lappy. The assistant chief is Jessica Porter. The captain, Paul Carino, and the lieutenant is Anthony Milo.
Jimmy! Who's driving that, Bev? Nope, nope. Hey, G! Hey, guys! Hurry up! Hey guys! All right. Tell them no burnouts. Saw him last week. I love that Hot Wheels. The Hot Wheels there.
This day, the 100th anniversary, means a lot to me. Being president of a great department in Westchester County, one of the busiest, I am proud to be the president here. The guys are great, the camaraderie is great. It's just an excellent feeling to be here for the 100th. My father was a Yonkers firefighter. His brother was also a Yonkers firefighter. And I wanted to fulfill the roots of the family, and that's basically why I am where I am today. I want to thank my family, friends, the community for coming out for this 100th anniversary parade. This is a memorable one, and I hope everyone has a great time. And I would like everybody to stay safe, and especially my department, my membership. Stay safe, be safe, and God bless.
vital fire services that the Lake Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association renders to the public. They also handle emergency medical service calls. You members of the Mohegan Volunteer Ambulance Corps with their duty apparatus.
Oh, what are you doing? Look at this. The A-team right here. Got started from
Thank you. The the Cortland Regional Paramedics, led by Justin Constable. They provide advanced life support services for the residents of the town of Cortland and mutual aid communities. Approaching the reviewing stand is the Ardsley Fire Department, led by the Firefighters Emerald Society of Westchester. The chief is T.J. Nosel. This agency, they are the recipient of the 2022 Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association Firefighter of the Year Award for a water rescue that they performed in their village. Village of Ardsley has brought their antique along with them today. You can see the pride that they take in their apparatus, the high caliber of maintenance. This is the Mohegan Fire Department, or Fire Company of Connecticut, a sister company to your host department. Thank you for coming down to celebrate their 100th anniversary. Brush/high water vehicle. Following the units from Mohegan, Connecticut, you have the members of the Westchester County Department of Emergency Services, which operates 5 divisions: Fire Division, Emergency Medical Service Division, the Office of Emergency Management, Communications and Administration. The Commissioner is Richard Wishney. Doing the best I can. Appreciate it. The next division is around the corner. That is led by Deputy Chiefs Brian Woolard and Deputy Chief Donald Dechen. Chief Woolard joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1975 and served as fire chief from 1991 to 1993, and again from 2011 to 2013. Chief Woolard also served as a fire commissioner of the Lake Mohegan Fire District from 2000 to 2005. Chief Woolard served as a House Chairman and as the Board of Directors for the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association, and is also the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association VAC member. He has always been heavily involved with the Fire Association's muster team. Chief Don Dechen joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1992 and served as fire chief from 2019 to 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. Chief Dechen also served as House Chairman and has been involved with many Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association committees throughout the year. The first unit for the Putnam Valley Fire Department, they're led in by the Young Colonials as their musical unit. Their chief is Ken Rohrer. Members of the Putnam Valley Fire Department. See a wide variety of apparatus here today. Putnam Valley is greatly known as a hydrantless area, so the apparatus carries an inordinately large amount of water with it. So when they get to a fire, they don't have to be looking for a hydrant because they're not going to be able to find one.
They're not in alphabetical order, are they?
Approaching the reviewing stand is the Buchanan Engine Company, led by the musical unit, the Professional Musicians of Orange County, under the command of First Assistant Chief Robert Outhouse. Chief Outhouse is also the junior past president of the Hudson Valley Volunteer Firemen's Association and past president of the Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association. Fantastic job out here, ladies and gentlemen. Buchanan Fire Department also owns a mass service unit, or a portable air service unit that gives life-sustaining air to firefighters that are entering hazardous conditions, breathing the air off their backs. We can operate much longer on scene thanks to their equipment. This is the Yorktown Heights Engine Company number 1, led by Chief of Department Tim Mantrasti.
Good, fellas. Guys. Looking good, Timmy. All right, fellas. Great job. Looking good, Jack. Looking good.
Our fellow Yorktowners have brought several pieces of equipment with them today. One is the department's antique apparatus, driven by current Commissioner Martin McGannon.
You guys gotta be kidding me.
The town of Yorktown operates the only volunteer dive rescue unit in the county of Westchester, and is very often called as a mutual aid asset to our surrounding counties. More fellow Yorktowners, the Emergency Medical Service of town of Yorktown, led by Captain Rick Davin. Mutual aid partners, the Mohegan Volunteer Ambulance Corps and Fire Rescue Association. The Mayapack Falls Fire Department, led by Chief Robert Tracy, being led in by the musical group, the Regulators Fife and Drum Corps. Excellent job. The Mayapack Falls Fire Department also operates for Putnam County a dive team. The Danbury Drum Corps leads in the members of the Continental Village Fire Department, led by Chief Craig Stillwell. Continental Village. All right, good job. They came almost directly from a call up at Anthony's Nose for a medical aid case up at the top. Never in the parking lot, always up at the top. Excellent job out there. Behind Continental Village are the members of the Peekskill Volunteer Ambulance Corps, led by Chief Stephen Sniffen. With the Peekskill Ambulance Corps is their rehab vehicle, which is often called upon by the surrounding fire agencies when they're operating extensively in either extreme heat or cold. They do a fantastic job. The 2nd Division approaches. The 2nd Division Marshals are Deputy Chief George Kiesler and past President Christopher Gravis. Chief George Kiesler joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1990, served as Chief of Department from 2007 to 2009, and again from 2017 to 2019. Chief Kiesler has also served as a Board of Directors member and is currently a New York State and Westchester County fire instructor, along with being a member of the Westchester County Department of Emergency Services Hazmat Team and Technical Rescue Team. Chief Kiesler came to the Mohegan Fire Department after serving with the Verplank Fire Department since 1982, having served as a lieutenant there. Chief Kiesler was the Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association Firefighter of the Year in 1999. Past President Chris Gravis joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1998 and has served as a fire company president from 2005 to 2007. Past President Gravis is also currently a fire commissioner of the Lake Mohegan Fire District, serving since 2016. Charles Dickinson, Fife and Drum and Bugle Corps, brings in Cortland Engine Company from Montrose, New York, led by Chief of Department Darrell Marriott, Montrose. The Montrose Fire Department, Cortland Engine Company number 1, maintains several pieces of apparatus. 2 which are here today is an engine and a tower ladder.
I'll be right back. I am walking away from the
Approaching the reviewing stand is the pipe band of Local 21. They are escorting the Verplank Fire Department. Chief of Department Robert Rosario. Also marching with the Verplank Fire Department is past Chief Paul O'Brien, who is Westchester County Department of Emergency Services, Battalion 10, and also a past president of the Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association. Fire Department also operates one of the busiest marine units on the Hudson River. Brought out their 1930 Sanford antique. Meticulously maintained, gentlemen. Verplank, always renowned for their fire engine chartreuse green color ensemble. Striking the fear in fire wherever they go. The Sons of Portugal Band, leading in the members of the Peekskill Fire Department. The unit coming up after this last engine from the Peekskill Fire Department is going to be the West Glens Falls Fire Company, led by Second Assistant Chief Matt Flelwing. The Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association would like to congratulate West Glens Falls Fire Company on their 75th anniversary this year. They will be jointly hosting the Hudson Valley Volunteer Firemen's Association Convention and Parade in June of 2023 with the town of Queensbury Fire Department in the Lake George region. West Glens Falls. Following West Glens Falls are the members of the Putnam Valley Volunteer the members of the Putnam Valley Volunteer Ambulance Corps, led by Sandra Bowl. Excellent job. Thank you for coming, Putt Valley. Behind the Putt Valley Ambulance Corps is the 3rd Division, led by Deputy Chief Don Koski and past President Robert Piazza. Chief McCoskey joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1983 and served as a Chief of Department from 1995 to 1997. Chief McCoskey proudly assisted in running the Mohegan Volunteer Firemen's Association Fire Prevention Program, in which Mohegan Fire Department was awarded Fire Educators of the Year. Past President Robert Piazza joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1998. Past President Piazza served as Fire Company President from 2011 to 2013. The Tappan Bridgemen are leading the Terrytown Fire Department. Rick Toos. Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association would like to thank Terrytown for being the proud host of the Firemen's Association of the State of New York Convention and Parade in August of this year. Approaching the reviewing stand is the Tappan Zee Bridgemen leading the Mayapack Fire Department. Chief of Department, Andrew Roberto. The suspense is building, ladies and gentlemen. Saints of Swing are approaching their reviewing stand. They are leading the members of the Sleepy Hollow Fire Department, led by Chief John Corzelis. Sleepy Hollow. Approaching the reviewing stand are the Dixie Dandies. They are leading the members of the Briarcliff Manor Fire Department. They are led by Chief Vincent Caruso. Briarcliff Manor. of the Briarcliff Manor Fire Department's Explorer Post, also with them. Looking good. An interesting story around their white fire apparatus. When the company was first forming, they went to a large landowner in Briarcliff Manor, and he donated a milk truck as their first piece of apparatus. So as in observance of that, they have continued the white pattern after that. Little factoid you'll never need to use anywhere else.
No, they have to use it.
You, the members of the Croton Emergency Medical Service, approaching the reviewing stand, their captain is Bill McCabe. Excellent job. These EMS agencies, as well as fire, provide numerous mutual aid calls throughout the county for their neighboring communities. So you may, in fact, see Croton EMS coming to a call in your area. Bringing up the 4th Division is Deputy Chief Joe Mayer. Chief Mayer joined the Mohegan Fire Department in 1990 and served as the Chief of Department from 2009 to 2011. Chief Mayer is also a retired firefighter from the city of Peekskill. Chief Mayer also served as a member of the Board of Directors on the Mohegan Volunteer Ambulance Association. The Ossining Fire Department will be next. The members of the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association would like to thank Ossining Fire Department for hosting the 115th annual Westchester County Volunteer Firemen's Association Convention in 2021, and also lending the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association their reviewing stand for today's parade. The musical unit is St. Peter's Drum Corps. The fire department is the Ossining Fire Department, led by Chief of Department Scott Gallery. Fantastic job by the couple guys. Look at that. Very strong. Fantastic job, looking very sharp, very sharp. The Westchester County Police Emerald Society is approaching the reviewing stand. They are leading the members of the Hastings-on-Hudson Fire Department. The Chief of Department is Ronald Briquette. Hastings-on-Hudson. The Mohegan Fire Department would like to thank the following agencies for their assistance with the preparation of this parade and traffic control: the Town of Portland Supervisor's Office and the Department of Emergency Services, New York State Police, Westchester County Police, and the New York State Department of Transportation. Approaching the reviewing stand are the members of the Orange Fire Department from Connecticut, led by Chief Vaughn Dumas. The Orange Fire Department, Connecticut. The Mohegan Fire Department would like to thank the Roosevelt Fire Department from Dutchess County and the Millwood Fire Company for coverage of the district during today's parade. And I also would like to thank DJ Pauly for the sound system on the reviewing stand today. This concludes the 100th anniversary parade for the Mohegan Volunteer Fire Association. They would like to thank everyone for attending. We hope that you all have an enjoyable evening and a safe trip home.
Yeah, I was chief from 82 to 84. We've been planning this for 3-4 years now, and it's here now, and we're going to pull it off and do one heck of a job. We had some great guys that have no longer are here with us today. Vinnie Malone, Cal Curry, Billy Gordon here. There were some great guys that I learned under. You know, they showed me the way. And I've been a volunteer for going on 56 years, and I really never wanted to join when I first moved up here, but somebody gave me an application, and here I am 56 years later.
Joined the department in 1975, right out of high school. Held a couple company offices. In between that, I became a lieutenant. Worked my way up through the ranks to chief in 1991, 92, 93. Stayed active, became Board of Fire Commissioner in 2000. I ran for first assistant chief again and went up to the rank of chief. It's an honor. It's truly an honor to see how the fire service has progressed from 1975 to present, and that's only 48 years. It's the guys are still a brotherhood. They're a family. But the technology is totally off the spectrum. To be asked to be a division marshal, and I don't take that honor lightly.
It's something exciting. It's been my entire life for the last 65 years. I was one of the original EMTs, MET exactly, but then it became MET, and then EMT, and I just became into it. I own Choice Plumbing Supply in Peekskill, and that gave me a lot of time to be very active. First memory was going down with Mohegan A6 ambulance to the World Trade Center and staying there for the first 2 days. And actually, I just finished having a bad cry the other day. And I've been involved in everything that has to do with the fire department, including everything from the president to the vice president to the treasurer to the board of directors to everything. It's been a wonderful 87 years.
We went down to 9/11. We were, they asked us if we could get a cruise. We had crews going back and forth for over a week. Just going down there, working on the piles. Also assigned to firehouses in the Bronx that were doing, responded to their calls while they were down at Ground Zero. You wake up in the middle of the night, you go out, and it's tough on the kids. They're getting woke up. They wake up, they're sleeping. Your wife, you're waking her up. So, it's tough. And then they get back to sleep and you pull up an hour later and all of a sudden you're waking them up again. It's just the nature of the beast, that's all. Well, it's going to be, it's a big thing. A lot of time went into this. The chiefs and, the groups that broke into pairs to set this all up. This has been ongoing for over a year now. So this is like the tip of the iceberg now. And it makes you feel proud, I just hope the community understands this and comes out. And I feel they will. I really do.
I joined in 1958 as a volunteer at the age of 18. It's a very good department. It's got a lot of tradition. And through the years, it's got, like everybody else, it's gotten busier and busier. And it's grown. So, and it's a great community service, especially the ambulance end of it. They do a lot of nursing homes and repeat customers and so on and so forth. Very, very busy operation. It makes me feel very good. It's very rewarding, and I was very happy that they invited me to do that because it's an honor. Well, it's been a long time. I spent up until 1992 in Mohegan. So when I retired from the fire department there also,
So you were
as a career member, but a volunteer also.
Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Terrific. Well, thank you for your service and your giving to the community.
Yeah.
That's,
And then I started all over again in Florida 30 years ago.
Are you still active?
I don't go out and fight fires, but I'm administrative.
I think what the 100th anniversary means to me is definitely the dedication of the men and women within the Lake Mohegan Fire District who have decided to contribute to their community and pretty much just be able to dedicate their free time and whatnot to volunteering. So in 2010, I had a friend of mine who was a part of the department, And I never really thought twice about it. And it was until he kind of brought me around to the functions back in the day and just like the firehouse gatherings and whatnot that really showed me like a sense of teamwork and family. And so that's why I ended up joining. And plus to give back to my community. Seeing some of the guys who talk about having 40 years in the department, 50 years in the department, and just seeing, you know, from their stories of how the difference between, you know, from then and from now, and even like the camaraderie, you know, like that old school feel.
100 years. There's a lot that's happened in 100 years, and although I'm on the younger side, it's been a tradition in my family. My dad was ex-chief of the department, and my grandparents are both members, and my uncle and my aunt. And 100 years is a legacy. It's years times, it's times changed, it's growth and development, and it's just turning a chapter to the 21st century and where we're moving with technology. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for the old timers. They've made it very far. There's been a lot of changes new to the fire service in the last couple of years, and it's great to have them around to kind of show them the advances and technology, the things we've learned studying fire over the last 100+ years at this point. Marching has always been something that is super special to me. A lot of guys don't like it. Say it's a lot of legwork to get out there and kind of get your uniform in order, get it dry clean, get it on you nice, make sure you have no wrinkles and no dog hair stuck to you. And then it's kind of a big lollygag. And most of those guys are guys that just, they want to be out in the field doing the work. They don't want to be recognized for their work. But to me, as a kid, I remember growing up watching my dad marching in these parades, and I was so proud of him. And to be somebody, especially a female in the fire service, that can get looked up to by a younger female or, you know, other members of our community and make them think maybe I can do this too. That's what we need right now. Membership is at an all-time low. So getting to march, and I'm actually going to have the opportunity to have my daughter along marching with me. She turned a year in August, so it'll be really special to have her by my side and just kind of show everybody that a working mom can do this too.
It means a lot, you know. It's been 100 years, a lot of service. It means the world to me to be in this situation, in this position, and able to be here for the 100th. I joined because my family was big in the firehouse. My dad, my uncles, my grandfather, and to be honest with you, the guys that I grew up with are like, "Oh, you want to join the firehouse?" So I joined the firehouse. It's everything. The brotherhood is everything. You know, it's great to see these guys. Hopefully someday I'll be one of those old timers. You know, but they started the foundation, and it's everything. Thank you for everything. My family's big supportive. Can't wait to see my family, my children. It's going to be an honor to march down that Westbrook Drive.